It's coming, and we are going to talk about it. We're talking all things Nintendo Switch 2 today in a special episode of Pajammed. Welcome back to Pajammed. I've missed you. We're not done unpacking all of CES 2025's tech goodness and reveals, but sometimes tech news in the right now is just too good to ignore. If you're a gamer like myself, you've probably known for some time now that Nintendo was planning on releasing the sequel to the Switch in 2025. And if you didn't, well then you get to discover it with me today. Either way, we all got some new information this week. Just a few days ago on April 2nd, Nintendo dropped their latest Direct, their signature "Here's what we're up to" live stream. And this one was all Switch 2. I watched the whole thing wide-eyed, unblinking, and grinning from ear to ear. We're going to get into the games, the specs, the features, and everything we know so far. But before we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you'll always know when the latest episode of Pajammed drops. Let's get it. Nintendo kicked things off with something that was kind of a surprise, but also kind of expected. Mario Kart 9. Finally. Well, that's what I thought it was. But then after a while, they dropped the title, and it was Mario Kart 9. Okay, sorry. It was Mario Kart World. And I was like, what?
First you were all like, whoa, and then we were like, whoa, and then you were like, whoa.
The name alone tells you this is something bigger, more ambitious, and it absolutely is. Picture Mario Kart stretched across a huge global map with real-time weather changes and time of day shifts that affect the vibe of each race. But here's the world part. You're not stuck on the track. You can literally go off-road and explore. In fact, there's a mode where you drive to the next race across an open world before you even get there. No more fade from black as you roll up to the starting line. Will that boost thing work if there's no starting line? I mean, there has to be, right? There's also a full-on free roam mode where you can cruise around, discover hidden routes, chill with friends, and even take photos in scenic spots. In Knockout Tour mode, you race from one checkpoint to the next. But if you're not above a certain placement when you cross a checkpoint, you're eliminated. It's fast, it's intense, and it's going to get real competitive. Now you're battling it out with 24 drivers total. That's the most in Mario Kart history. It's going to be glorious chaos. So many blue shells. Ah! Nintendo teased a future Mario Kart World Direct, which will give us more details. But for now, this first look got me hyped. Mario Kart World drops day one with the Switch 2, so if you've got it on launch day, I'll see you out there on the track. And speaking of launch, buckle up, because we're staring head first into this hardware. You see what I did there? Buckle up. It's time to talk everything exciting and new about the Nintendo Switch 2.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. And love, soon we'll be making another run.
The new Joy-Con 2 controllers feel familiar while still boasting some pretty shiny upgrades. The right Joy-Con 2 has a brand new C button, kind of a nostalgic throwback to the Nintendo 64 controller, but just one button this time. It opens up a whole new chat menu because for the first time ever on a Nintendo handheld, real-time voice chat is fully baked in.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Finally, and I mean baked all the way in. Game Chat has just entered the chat. sounded better here before I said it. We're talking voice chat through the system itself. No third-party apps, no janky workarounds. The Switch 2 has a built-in mic and it's using noise-canceling tech so your voice comes through clear. Even if your kids are screaming in the background, or your dog is barking at the mailman, or some random guy is behind you in your kitchen using your blender. Turn around. Get help. And it gets even better. Game chat works in handheld mode too. You can open up the chat menu, toggle mic settings, and this is the part I thought was exceedingly cool. You can even screen share your gameplay. Yep, you can literally stream what you're playing directly to your friends in real time while chatting. And you can all be playing different things, so while you're playing your game and chatting with your friends, you can look down and see 4 very different games being played by the people you're talking to. Awesome? Yes. Laggy? Incredibly so. And it's not just audio. There's also a camera accessory you can plug into the Switch 2 also. So now we're talking video chat during games. Actual FaceTime energy, but built right into your console. Enjoy all that 52p glory while battling in Mario Kart or smashing blocks in Kirby. Seriously, the camera wasn't great, but they did later mention something that could improve that. We'll get there. Oh, and one more cool touch. You can resize your friends' screens, make their game the main view, or just pop in to watch and cheer them on. This is couch co-op energy without needing to be in the same room. The kind that everyone's been enjoying on every other console and PC. But now you can have it too, Nintendo lovers. And remember, it's not about who did it first. It's about when your guys finally catch up with literally everyone else and do it too. Right, Apple fans? Nintendo also mentioned Game Chat will be free for a limited time, even without a Nintendo Online subscription, which we all know means get your subscription money ready if you want to talk to your friends and family. And you love your friends and family, don't you? Don't you? All right, now this next bit is where things started feeling like real next-gen Nintendo. They rolled out this feature called Game Share.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game with Game Share.
And honestly, well done, Nintendo. This is good. You done good.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
So here's how it works. Let's say you've got a game on your Switch 2 and your friend doesn't. Well, with Game Share, you can temporarily share that game with up to 3 other systems. Yes, 3. And they don't even need to own it. You can all play together locally or online, and it even works with Nintendo Switch 1 systems as long as the game is compatible. That means even if your friend is still rocking the OG Switch, they can still get in on the action if you're feeling generous. You can also use Game Chat while doing this, which means now you can argue in real time about who keeps falling off Rainbow Road. I'm looking at you, Keith. But here's the fine print. It only works with compatible games. Not every title's gonna support this, so don't get your hopes up for every first-party release. Or probably any first-party release. They did confirm Clubhouse Games will be the first to get Game Share and a free update. Yay! Dust off the digital mahjong. With more titles, especially Switch 2 exclusives, planned to support it in the future. And now we've come to the moment. The moment you've all been waiting for. Mario Kart now. Nope. Sorry. Let's talk about the system. The Nintendo Switch has a 7.9-inch screen, which is very noticeably bigger than the original, and it actually looks good. The thickness of the system stays the same, but this thing packs double the pixels for a crisp, full 1080p display in handheld mode. Also, 120 frames per second in performance mode, which is 720p in handheld mode and 1080p on your TV. Yeah, that's right. Nintendo's in the high refresh rate world now. And if that wasn't enough, the screen is now HDR enabled. So whether you're racing through neon lit tracks in Mario Kart or walking into a sunset in Hyrule, it's gonna look vivid, punchy, and way better than your old Switch. Let's talk form to add to this function. The new Joy-Con 2 controllers attach magnetically with a satisfying snap thanks to strong magnets. There's a release button on the back which adds to the security of your precious Joy-Cons. I was a little dubious of the magnetic connections at first, but the magnets being inside the console itself, coupled with the hardware lock, should make for a lasting and secure system.
This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal, so that's how they attach to the system.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger and more comfortable, the analog sticks chunkier, and each Joy-Con 2 can now function as a mouse, which opens up a bunch of new ways to play certain games, especially if you're into strategy or sim titles. The audio also got an upgrade with clearer speaker output, adjustable sound ranges, and support for spatial audio. So now it'll feel like Mario just walked right past you. Mario, come back! And that built-in mic we talked about earlier? It's rocking noise-canceling tech, so again, even without a headset, your voice still comes through clean. There's even a new kickstand, big, sturdy, and finally able to hold the console at multiple angles without collapsing. I got serious drawing tablet vibes. These are the little polish points that just feel nice. Nintendo really put some thought into this next-gen upgrade. Oh, and 2 USB-C ports. No big deal, just awesome. There's one on the bottom like before, and now another on the top, so you can alternate where you place your charger depending on how you have the Switch positioned. And remember earlier when we talked about the camera? Well, this is also where you would plug that in. Now, they said it was for connecting a camera, but they didn't specify it had to be Nintendo's official 52p camera. So this goes back to my previous mention. Might we be able to connect any USB-C webcam here for better resolution? If so, that would make this port very useful. Let's hope. And finally, storage. The Switch 2 is getting an upgrade from 32 gigs to 256 gigabytes right out of the gate. 8 times more than the original Switch. Gimme. Faster load speeds, quicker downloads, smoother save transfers, all helped along by their new distinct Red Game cartridges designed for Switch 2. And there's even more expansion with microSD express cards now. Faster than standard microSD cards, and your only option. You hear that? That's the sound of Nintendo catching all your money in a giant net. Just a big catch of all your money. Give them your money. The Pro Controller also got an upgrade with some very welcome new features. First up, it's got the C button too, so you can instantly pull up game chat. No fumbling through menus mid-battle, just click and boom, you're chatting. They also added new GL and GR buttons on the back. Basically Nintendo's take on paddle-style triggers. You can assign custom inputs here, and if you're the kind of player who wants to map a reload or a sprint or throw in a taunt button, you're good to go. And there's a headphone jack on the controller for the convenient plugging in of your favorite audiophile headphones. And there's games coming your way. A lot of games. New games in familiar franchises, original IPs, and Switch 2 Edition games. Essentially, a bunch of existing Switch titles are getting a makeover for the new hardware. Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting a big upgrade with new game modes, full body movement minigames, audio recognition, and even a mode where you can video chat with your friends while playing. It's Mario Party meets Zoom call chaos. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Mario, can you hear me? No, you have to unmute yourself. No, unmute yourself first. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, just keep talking, Mario, that's fine. Yeah, sounds good. Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting higher resolution, smoother frame rates, HDR, and something new called Zelda Notes, which works with the Nintendo app to help you find missing shrines or Koroks. It's like using a GPS to find a hidden shrine. It's Waze for Link. And it'll tell you where all the Hyrule police are hiding. Kirby and the Forgotten Land now comes with a new story chapter, post-Meteor Strike, with better graphics and smoother performance. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming in 2 flavors, the regular Switch version and a souped-up Switch 2 edition that gives you either 4K 60 with HDR or 1080p 120 FPS smoothness, plus mouse controls for aiming. Pokemon Legends ZA is getting the Switch 2 treatment too, letting you explore Lumio City with higher resolution and better frame rates. And if you already own the original Switch versions of these games, you can just buy the upgrade packs for access to the enhanced editions. Other new games were announced, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Have you noticed that Nintendo was remaking their characters to resemble their motion picture counterparts? I don't know if I like it or not. Donkey Kong is certainly goofier than his previous depictions. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment takes us way back in time and dives back into the lore of Zelda's imprisoning war. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is coming to Switch 2. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD is also getting remastered. Games like Hades 2, Borderlands 4, Split Fiction, Hitman, EA Sports FC, NBA 2K, and Madden NFL are all confirmed for the platform. Nintendo's third-party support is finally looking stacked. And then we got another cool reveal. Nintendo is bringing back the Cube. Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack members will get a brand new GameCube library, exclusive to Switch 2. At launch, you'll get 3 games: The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the one that everybody wants, Soul Calibur 2 with Link still in it, and F-Zero GX, the fastest, most intense racer Nintendo's ever made. And the visuals? Sharper, smoother, better resolution, and yes, up to 4-player local or online multiplayer for supported titles. You can remap the controls, save anytime, and there's even a wireless GameCube controller launching alongside Switch 2, complete with a new C button that ties into Game Chat. There are going to be so many Wind Waker replays online. And finally, when can you get your hands on all this gamey goodness? Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. There's also a bundle that includes a digital copy of Mario Kart World, and now you got all that sweet, sweet extra space. So if you're already planning on grabbing both, boom, done and done. So there you are, an entire Nintendo Switch 2 dedicated episode wrapped up in a warm, toasty, pajammed cocoon. Are you getting the Switch 2 at launch? Are you excited to drive Mario cross-country, flattening, jaywalking Goombas as you go? What do you think about the new features of Nintendo's next-gen offering? What upcoming games do you have to have as soon as they drop? Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you never miss an episode of Pajammed. That's a wrap. I'll see you real soon.